there was multiple times where I was like, oh my God, top 6 again. Like he's
Well, for
playing,
sure you
with,
don't want him there.
he's playing with a broom ball stick. Like he doesn't really make plays. Scored
Worst
he's
manager.
never-
My whole point
Played
is
19 playoff games.
They've got no assets.
Played
They've got
19
no
games
assets.
for the Leafs in
They've
the playoffs. Never scored a goal. Like
They
it's
got
fine.
no assets. They got no draft picks, right? You just gave up a third that could turn into a second for a guy that you're hoping can look like a guy that can score you 50 points, and it still might be a great bet. But
Anyways,
the cupboards are empty here.
Yeah.
you mentioned Robertson. Is that an asset for them? Are they going to trade him away for a pick?
Well, first of all, can you picture a top 9 with the Toronto Maple Leafs with Robertson and Michelli in the same lineup?
No.
I can. I don't like it.
Well, yeah.
Then the answer is you can't.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You can't. So there's a guy that has value. He's, how many times did you say
He's going to be a 20, 25.
20, 25 goal scorer?
By the way, he ended up with 15 goals in 69 games. I was wrong. He didn't get there. I still think it happens.
I think there's 15.
That's a, what is that, a 19-goal pace?
I think there's 15 teams out there that he can score 20 goals next year.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, if he played 82 games this year, his pace is about 18, 19 goals. Give him a full chance next
I
year.
know he falls down a lot and he gets bumped around a little bit.
He got way better at getting pucks back this year.
But tell me another guy in the Leafs last year that had a better release than him, not named Austin Matthews.
Yeah, there isn't. There isn't one, and it's
And
bad.
boy, does he like to release it.
He loves.
Holy smokes.
Well,
It's
that's
all he
what-
wants to do.
But
Goal scorers do.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, he could mix in a pass.
It would actually, it's like a pitcher. It's like, that's great about your fastball.
Yeah.
What if you threw one off-speed pitch?
Got a slider in there?
Yeah, what if we keep them on their heels a bit?
Nicholas Waugh is speaking to the media as we speak. He's doing a little Zoom chat. Apparently, was a Leaf fan for the first 11, 12 years of his life, he said.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was a huge fan of Matt Sundin. Matt Sundin leaves for Vancouver, and then he switches to the Habs. So, I don't know how I feel about that. Why are you not just cheering for the Habs from the start?
Well, now
It's like a guy cheering for the Florida Panthers in Toronto. Like, why are you just cheering for the Leafs? Like, they're the local team. You know, it gives me a little bit, maybe a bad trade.
you're weird.
No, it's not weird. There's nothing more attention-seeking to me than being from a city and being like, I'm an Avalanche fan. I'm a Panthers fan. It's like, oh, yeah, so you and all your buddies can root. The whole point is,
This could not have less to do with Nick Waugh, the hockey player.
well, I'm sure, but it tells me a little bit about him.
Okay, all right.
Anyway,
Sounds like things, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to take it away from the Leafs, but we're still wrapping up our Leafs hour here.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is Leafs hour. It is now.
Wow.
Feels like it.
One more for me is that if you were going to try to still have a different look beyond Mitch Marner not being in training camp, where would you go? Like, what would you do? What would you be trying to
I
do
want to
here?
get Hurdle out of Vegas.
How do you get Hurdle or any other legit
We can have Cowan.
number 2? You'd give up Cowan?
Absolutely.
Is that crazy talk? Am I out of my mind?
Yeah.
What do you think Cowan's going to be? Is he going to play in the league next year?
Yeah, he is.
Is he going to, okay, a contributor?
You think he's going to be on the Leafs next year?
I do, yeah.
That's encouraging.
I do.
Okay.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe you're right.
I do. And I think he's going to have
That
to.
changes things.
I think he's going to have to
my
struggle
previous
for 10, 15, 20 games to reassess it.
Yeah.
But I think as long as he comes in with a good attitude and really legitimately thinks he can earn a spot, I think he's gonna be in the mix.
Okay.
Yep.
That's interesting. You know, like for me, looking at a talent deficit that I talked about with his team, he obviously is a talented guy. I know he's a worker. It's tough when you're that size to be strong enough to win pucks and to get where you need to get.
He showed signs of being okay last year, and he's that
Be a
much
tough camp
stronger.
last year.
Yeah, but there's signs where you can see what he possesses. Listen, there's going to be hiccups along the way, like
Yeah,
any other rookie.
That's fine.
But I do believe that they've got a roster spot for him of 1 of 14.
Interesting.
Unbelievable playoff.
Yes. Yeah.
39 points in 17.
you can't. Flipping Cowan for Hurdle right now or a package for that guy, man, you really run the risk of bearing this organization for the next 10 years.
Yep. No, it's a good point, Kip. And, maybe you have to look at some other way to make that happen. And maybe
Ben Danford.
well, anything else that catches your eye out there, Vegas? Unfortunately, they do like the big fish, as you know, in Vegas.
Yeah, but Vegas isn't in a position to be like, we'll trade one of our better centers for a prospect.
Yeah.
That's not really how they move.
True.
So it would be another probably a team that's worse that's looking to get a good young player.
William Karlsson, you mentioned in the past. Is he good enough?
Not for Cowan,
Oh, no, not for Cowan,
but
just
yeah,
for,
Yeah.
for somebody.
if you have to say,
Yeah.
okay, we don't want to give you Cowan, so can we go down to Karlsson? You need someone. It's interesting. They are kind of strong at center, but they don't have a good enough 2C for me because Matthews obviously great 1C, but then Tavares, Waugh, and Lawton are all nice centermen, but they're all 3Cs,
Yeah.
or at least
You need
I don't know.
to play
Do
a lot in
you-
center when you
does Lightning hit Nick Waugh turns into a 25 goal scorer and a 55-point guy?
if you play him between Tavares and Nylander, can you do that? Or between Nylander and Shelley or something like that, maybe?
Yeah, good defensive content for those boys.
Yeah. So, some possible.
Very comfortable with Joseph Wall and Stolars again next year?
Yep.
I am, yeah. You?
No.
Okay.
But we got tomorrow to talk about that
Whoa.
on our Leaf Hour
Whoa.
edition.
Go
I
get
believe-
Elvis Merzlikins. I'm kidding.
I believe they call that a tease.
All right. We got another hour to go here as we continue free agent frenzy July 1st on this wonderful Canada Day.
Yeah, happy Canada Day, guys.
An hour later, you wish me a happy Canada Day? What's just wrong with you?
Forgot.
Big Canada Day for Canada in the wake of all the U.S. hullabaloo.
We go into our second hour on the Real